Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I'm really excited because the video that I'm filming today is the first impressions on the ELF and JKissa collab right here. I just got this in the mail today. It came like technically last week, but I was home over spring break. So it comes with this little palette right here, a brown mascara, and a blue gel liner. I've been really excited for this just because, like, I know she had been kind of hinting at a collab for a while, and JKissa is one of the few larger YouTubers who I do actually watch, and I really trust her opinion. I really appreciate that she did it with ELF because, well, ELF is completely vegan, and it is also a really affordable brand. Since I ordered it off of Ulta, I missed out on the box set, but altogether these items were like $23, and that didn't include shipping, but then I used points and it was technically like 13 bucks. So I'm technically on a Lenten no buy right now. I decided to go in a no buy for Lent, but my partner Case was like, but like, you really want this, so let me buy it for you so it doesn't count. So that's one way around it, but this is the last piece of like set of makeup that I bought beginning of Lent, essentially. It doesn't count, I just have an awesome partner. So I'm really excited about this. I'm most excited about the palette because I know that there are some more neutrals in there than what I would have liked. This is a color scheme that I really love. I don't know if y'all saw my video last year about the ELF and Christian Siriano eyeshadow palette, but I really didn't care much for that. Like, it didn't blend very well. But I also know that she probably, like JKissa probably wouldn't come out with something if she didn't like the formula. So maybe I'll have better luck with these shadows. And I also know that these colors are a little bit, I'm not going to say more neutral, but they are a bit more muted than the colors in the Christian Siriano palette. I'm not going to let that impact my opinion too much because I was watching her video on it and it looks like they seem to blend pretty well. So this is what the packaging for the palette looks like. I already have my brows done. I'm just going to kind of go in with the different products. I'm going to try and use everything in the collection, even if I can't use like every shade in the palette, because that would be a lot. I don't have as much magical lid space as she does. So yeah, I'm just going to get started. I'm just going to prime my eyes with my NYX HD eyeshadow primer. I'm going to use the mirror in this. This is it's a really good mirror that's in this, but my only thing is I wish that it stops at like a 90-degree angle, and I kind of wish it would go a little bit further back just because I like my mirrors to be a little bit more tilted. And I don't know what kind of look I'm feeling. I know I definitely want to use the lime green shade in it because that is the color I'm most attracted to. I like this little quad right here, so I think I'm going to try and do something with that. Not sure what, but we'll see. I'm going to take the shade Danger and put that in my crease. I swear this brush is like cleanish. I didn't have a chance to wash my brushes, but I did use a color switch on this one, so it will just be Danger on my lids, or in my crease, I mean. Ooh, that's picking up really nicely on the brush. Let's see how it goes on. I also know that she usually uses concealer like as her primer, so I wonder if that might have something to do with it. I don't know. Okay, that's looking pretty good. It could be a little bit easier to blend, but it's not horrible. I really like this shade. I have a thing for like mauves. Well, I like anything in the purple range, honestly. And it doesn't provide that much fallout on this either. I only had like a tiny little bit that was going into the yellow shade that the green shade that I was a little bit careful of because I don't want anything to ruin that beautiful shade right there. Now I'm going to use the shade Sway, the lavender right there. I'm gonna put that on my lid. I'm using the brush that came in the palette. Oh, that is gorgeous. And I'm actually going to go with my Moon, which is this reddish brown here, and I'm gonna put that on the outer corner. I might actually lean towards doing every single shade, but oh, that adds a nice little touch actually. I also know that the shade is named after her dog Suki, who is like a precious little baby. I love pit bulls. I mean, I love all dogs. I'm going back with a purpley crease shade. Yeah, her dog is just like absolutely precious. Oh yeah, I should probably do my concealer. That's important. Fun fact, now that I'm doing the concealer no foundation method, JKissa is actually the person who inspired that. Like, I mean, I think she inspired that in a lot of people. I had kind of been hating wearing foundation for a while, and watching her videos kind of gave me the confidence to like actually go through with it and just love my skin as is and not put on a whole lot of foundation. I just can't find a foundation that I actually like, and I'm like, my skin is fine. So I don't actually care that much about covering it up. I say accidentally putting on way too much full coverage concealer, but yeah, let me just set that real quick. And now I am going to take the shade Mac and Cheese, which is this gorgeous mac and cheese shade, and I'm gonna put that along my lower lash line. I'm just using a Wet n Wild large eyeshadow brush here. Oh, that is even prettier on the brush. I like that. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of BFF, the more brownie shade, to just kind of put that closer towards the lash line. I'm gonna use like the liner and the lower waterline. Yeah, I've basically decided to use every color, so here we are. So now I'm going to go in with Alien, which is a bright green, and I'm gonna just put that in my inner corner for a nice little pop. And I'm actually gonna pop a little bit of the shimmery shade in there on top of it, just to add a little bit of something extra. You know what, this also might make a good highlighter today too. I think I'll try that. And I'm also just gonna go ahead and put that on my brow bone real quick. That actually looks kind of good. I don't know if you can see it from my bangs, but it looks pretty good. I think the eyeshadow went on pretty well. It's not quite as blendable as a lot of other shadows that I've tried, but it's also not quite as powdery. It's a little bit stiffer, so I don't think it's a bad formula. I think it's just something that I'm not particularly used to. So here is the eyeliner, which I have swatched. It's in this like really nice tealy blue shade that honestly, when my hair is more freshly dyed than it is right now, I could potentially use this as like a brow pencil if it weren't so soft. So I'm just gonna pop that in the lower waterline. I normally like never wear that much colorful eyeliner or anything, but here we are. Okay, this looks really cool. I think I should do colorful eyeliner more often. Can you see it? Now I'm gonna curl my lashes like real quick just so that the mascara looks good. I've also never tried brown mascara, so this is just a whole new learning experience for me. I normally like do the colorful looks with just like black liner and black mascara. I've used like some colorful liner before, but not a whole lot. I think I used like a really disappointing purple mascara from Wet n Wild like a bunch of years ago. And from what I saw with her, this seems to be a pretty good quality like brown mascara. I have high hopes for this one. So this is what the brush looks like. This also is like a really nice brush. I like brushes that are like this, and they're hard to find. It's a little bit more fluffy than a lot of drugstore brushes, which I really like, and that's why I often don't buy a lot of drugstore ones, just because the brushes are very like not as fluffy as the high-end ones. This looks really pretty. I was unsure how the brown would look with like the purple tones up top, but I think it actually looks really, really cool. I'm a fan. I think I'm gonna use this a little bit more often. I wanna try using this with the ABH Subculture palette because I think that would have a really cool effect with all of the earthy tones that come from it. So might give that a shot. Now I've run out of like her products to use, but I am going to just go ahead and finish off the rest of my face. I'm just contouring. I've been using the gray shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette that I have been panning, and it's been working really well. I just kind of mix it with like a bronzer afterwards, but this provides like a nice gentle contour. I believe it was Ready Jet Glow who had kind of turned me on to doing this, because I remember she had done it when we had done our Problematic Project pan together, and I thought that was really cool. And so even though it's a little bit subtle for me, I discovered that if I like add a little bit of bronzer to it, it really helps. My bronzer is the NYX Matte Bronzer in Medium, which looks like this. This is honestly just like a really nice dupe for the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer if you're like me and you're not really buying all that much Too Faced anymore. And I said for the highlight, I do want to use the shade in the palette that is 23, which is right here. I'm just taking that on a Real Techniques setting brush. Oh, that is really pretty. It's like similar to other shades of highlighters that I have, but it's like not quite as pinky toned as a lot of them, so that's like really pretty. You're like really pretty. Mean Girls reference, anyone? And for blush, I'm going to go with my staple blush, which is Rose d'Oro by Milani. I usually go between this and, what is my other one that I have here? Berry Amore, which are similar, but this one is more warm tone, whereas this one is a little bit more pink toned. And I figure probably the warm tones might look a little bit better with this. And I really wish she had come out with like a liquid lipstick or something with this set, but I am just going to use my Milani Matte Beauty lipstick right here because I use this all the time and I think it looks really good with it. Okay, so this is the finished look using the ELF and JKissa collection. I am surprised, but I managed to use all of the shades in the palette, so go me. I really like this. Like, this whole collection is really good. I feel like the eyeliner did drag a little bit, but I'm also not used to doing a whole lot of work in the inner rim, so that might just be more me not being used to it. It is really nice and smooth and creamy, like when I swatch it, so I think I might just not be used to doing a whole lot of like colorful liner. The mascara is a surprising, like, it's a good look, I think. So I think that turned out really nice. I like the brush, and I'm wondering if ELF might have a black mascara with that same brush because I think it does make my lashes look really good. The palette I actually like a lot more than the ELF and Christian Siriano palette. The ELF formula works a lot better with these colors than it did that one because these are more like earthy toned, whereas that palette was very like bright, vivid spring colors, which were gorgeous. However, since the ELF matte formula is so stiff, I felt like those colors didn't live up to their full brightness, whereas these sorts of colors here definitely live up to their brightness and are very true to color when you apply them. So I think this was really nice. I mean, these are all first impressions, and I'm not going to say that I'll never change my mind on anything or anything like that, because like that's kind of how first impressions work. First impressions are not reviews, and I try not to do them that often, but I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see a whole bunch of the products from here, perhaps all three, in a future favorites video, because this color scheme is very much something that I would use a lot. I recognize that I do have a lot of similar colors in my collection, but this is something that like I did really want to get. I really wanted to try it out because I really trust the way that JKissa reviews things and the way she does makeup. She and I often end up liking the same things. So I'm really excited about this palette. I think she did a really great job on the collaboration as a whole. So if you're watching this, JKissa, you're awesome. You're probably not though. There I go, being an awkward turtle. Okay. So I think that is a sign that it is time for me to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you on my next one. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!